Alrighty then, back once again for another MLP reaction. This time it's Season 5 Episode 16, Made in Manehattan, which will round off our month of rarity. Yeah, I'm assuming this is a map episode because I've heard it's just Applejack and Rarity going into Manehattan, so this should be interesting, especially because of how far their friendship has come since Look Before You Sleep. Yeah, looking forward to this. I tried to record a reaction to this last night, but it was too late and then people went to bed and I couldn't. So I'm now recording in the middle of the day where the lighting isn't very good, it's crashing against my face, but these curtains are pathetic. They're closed. It looks like it's open, but they're closed, they're just thin. Ugh. I can't wait till I get my winter curtains up, which are a lot thicker. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my decor, I'm here to watch the episode. And because it's quite warm, I don't want to wear this hat for long. So off we go! I already saw this opening bit, I got interrupted during the intro. Bored Twilight is adorable. And that...
I'm bored.
We can tell.
Reading? I've read all these books already. And
you've said
bored.
before that you reread
do
them.
Something. Things have been so slow around here and
Oh, Twilight, darling! Oh, thank goodness! It seems that my...
Got here as fast as I could.
Yep, glowing.
yes!
But sorry, Twilight, you can't come along.
Twilight?
Suck it! Maybe next time. And here we go, blind.
Where do you think?
Those giggles.
Manehattan! We've been called to Manehattan! Oh, I've simply been dying to go back for a visit. And now, I return with a purpose.
It looks like you've been summoned to this particular neighborhood here.
We're off to solve a friendship problem in one of the busiest and most vibrant cities in all of Equestria. Isn't this exciting?
Well, you're certainly excited.
Seems a hair odd though, don't it? Map calling me to a big city like Manehattan.
You may be more of a country pony at heart, Applejack, but the map picked you two because you're the best ponies to tackle this particular mission.
But how will we even know what our mission's supposed to be?
I'm
That
useless.
neighborhood probably has twice as many ponies as all of Ponyville.
More like 3 times. Why, it's not only home to the hay packing district, it's also home to the fashion district.
Ooh.
Shame you weren't called as well, though, darling. You did end up quite a fan of the hustle and bustle of Manehattan on our last visit.
It's such an exciting city, and there's still so much I'd like to do there. So many museums and historical
I love
landmarks to
Fangirl
visit,
Twilight.
not to mention all the libraries. But this is your mission. Don't worry about me. I've got plenty of books to keep me busy.
Aww.
I just remembered something. The Brotherhooves Social.
Ooh.
We'll have to miss it.
Is that
No
coming
telling
around
how long
again?
We'll be in Manehattan. I sure hope Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle aren't too upset.
How dare you? We're more important than the problems of the world. But there's an episode coming up called the Brotherhooves Social. This is interesting.
Oh, Manehattan, what you do to me?
A reference to generosity.
Darling, are you all right?
Ponies move so fast here. Not at all like back home. Eyes peeled, ears open. Eyes peeled, ears open.
Aww. I feel this way in the
You're
big
in
city.
Big city now. No moseying.
I hate
Walk with
crowds.
speed and confidence.
Move it! Sorry about that.
Get out of my way.
Sorry. Watch it! Hey, oh dear.
She had to deal with that as a filly as well, I remember.
Oh, my-
Get out of the way, you
I
rogue!
barely crossed the street in this town. How am I supposed to help Saul but...
Yes, I think this is the one.
No!
Excuse me.
Fashion
That
police.
clashes with your name. Not to mention it's far too large and will undoubtedly obstruct your vision.
She knows what she's talking
Dear,
about.
None of these will do. Oh, Applejack! What good timing!
Bonk.
Here, this will do splendidly. Oh, it's lovely.
How much would you like for it?
Oh, no, please, please keep it.
Generosity!
Thank you. And you thought we wouldn't discover our purpose here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
What? We just saved that poor pony from committing a
Yeah, it
terrible
needs
crime
to
of
be
fashion.
vaguely related to your elements or
Or
friendship.
she could have been meeting a friend who would have laughed at a new hat, and then their friendship could have been ruined forever. It's possible.
Did your cutie mark glow signifying a job well done?
It just means give her a different hat.
Still, a disaster was averted.
Averted? You just lost me a paying customer.
Oh, my.
You look just like
Oh,
the
I
puppet
am
guy
so
with a different
sorry.
colour scheme.
I never meant to.
Beat it!
Please accept my sincerest apologies for the misunderstanding. And might I add, what a lovely establishment you have here. All right, Applejack. The search continues.
Excuse me? I was just wondering, friendship problem, any pony? See, we've been sent here to... a map some of
Oh,
us and,
you're gonna be the one that
you
ends
can
up
just take
saving
the
the
moment
day,
to-
aren't you? There's gotta be some payoff to all this hardship you're going through.
Friendship advice.
Rarity's trying that little bit too hard, but it's understandable.
I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. To be honest, I'm still not even sure what the map called me here for.
Oh, try not to worry, Applejack.
Aw.
The map picked us for a reason. Although how am I supposed to uncover that reason? I haven't a clue.
I love how mature all the characters are post-season 3. It's like the show really did divide into two halves,
Please help us
character-wise.
restore our long-lost but beloved tradition, the Midsummer Theater Revival, with a guest performance by local theater troupe, the Method Mayors, as well as games, food, and much, much more. This event promises
Method
to
Man.
bring our Brooklyn neighbors together and restore our sense of community, but there's so much to do and we need your help. Huh. Darling, this is it! The contact on the flyer is Coco Palmel!
Aww.
Oh, right.
I'm
She's
glad we
the
get
one
to
who
see
got a
Coco
job
again.
making costumes for that designer friend of yours.
Don't you see? This must be why the map called us here. Oh, and you were so worried.
But yeah, the characters
Well, I
are so
suppose
much
it's at
mature.
least worth
Rare.
looking into.
I can't
That is,
imagine this kind of
we can all
interaction
get
in
off the
season
street
1 is all I'm
corner.
trying to say.
I can't believe you found my flyer. Quite a coincidence, don't you think? Applejack and I were specifically summoned here to be of service. And you, my dear friend, are in need of help. It's no coincidence, darling. It's fate.
Yeah, actually.
This Midsummer Theater Revival, what is it exactly?
An outdoor play.
Don't mind me, I'm gonna pig out on all your food.
Many moons ago, local theater troops would perform, and ponies in the neighborhood would help make the costumes
Aw.
and design set pieces, prepare food to share during the performance.
Y'all do look like you're enjoying each other's company. Kinda reminds me of Ponyville.
It sounds lovely, darling. It was, up until several moons ago.
What happened?
That's Charity Kindheart. She was a well-known costume designer on Bridalway. She started the Midsummer Theater Revival as a way to share her passion for theater with the neighborhood. No matter how busy she was, she always made time for the revival. But when she moved away to be closer to her grandfillies, the neighborhood lost the special tradition she had
Aw.
started. And worse, the sense of community it fostered.
Hey, I'm trotting here. No pony else stepped up to take over for charity?
I've been trying to, but I've just gotten a last-minute request to alter costumes for the cast of My Fair Filly, and I'm afraid I haven't made much progress. There's just so much to do to bring back the Midsummer Revival, and my flyers haven't attracted a single volunteer.
Say no more. You finish up your work, and by this time tomorrow, you'll be up to your mane in ponies who want to lend a hoof. Applejack and I will make sure of it.
Okay, so recruitment drive.
You bet your boots we will.
Oh, I don't wear boots. I find they chafe my calves when I walk.
It's just an expression.
That's adorable.
So you see, the method mares are only available on this one day, and we need all the help we can get with preparations.
Yeah, not a good time right now. What am I saying? It's never a good time.
Yeah, this is a busy city.
Well, what do you think?
I got my own problems. You think I got hours to dedicate to some pony else's?
Yeah, it's not as laid back as
Charity's
Ponyville.
Midsummer Theater Revival. Such wonderful memories.
So you'll help us?
Don't be ridiculous. I run a very important oat and hay import-export business. I can't spare even a moment for such things.
But I can spend time talking about it and lazing around doing nothing,
This is a nightmare.
which is how it is.
Oh, not at all, darling.
Realistic.
It's quite lovely.
I think she was talking about the Midsummer Theater Revival.
I finished the alterations for My Fair Filly, but have barely started the costumes for the revival, and the Method Mares are coming to the park tomorrow for a costume fitting and rehearsal.
If they don't
Well,
like it, they'll
I
pull the
can help
gaps
with
out.
Costumes. But what are we going to do about the rest? The park is in desperate need of repairs, and the sets still need to be built.
Well, I know a thing or two about building and fixing things. It's kinda, well, my
Racist
thing.
barn.
Could be the reason the map called me here.
You see, dear, we went out looking for volunteers when all the help you need is right here.
Uh-huh.
The map wouldn't have chosen just Applejack and me if it was more than we could handle. Everything is going to be just fine.
Perhaps I spoke
It's not
too
going to be
soon.
just fine.
Oh dear, you're right. Are you sure you can manage this by yourself?
Well, there's a lot to do. But Rarity's right. The map wouldn't have called us here if we weren't up for the challenge. You two go on and take care of the costumes. I'll see you at the dress rehearsal.
Here we go, Garden Force time. I don't know, I think from what I've seen so far, it's still easily handleable for someone like you. Oh, nice. I'm glad they didn't just refresh the hat. It's kept the continuity of the damage. I like when they do that. Well, you did pretty well
I know
considering.
it looks bad, but I'm moving as fast as I can.
Don't worry, we've still got plenty of time. Everything's going to be...
Excuse me. Is this where the Midsummer Theater Revival is supposed to be, par chance?
we're here for the dress rehearsal.
Oh yes, we've just put the finishing touches on the costumes.
At least those look professional.
We'll do a dry run of the play.
We're
first, and
arseholes.
No, wait! I haven't gotten a chance to... Reinforce the stage yet.
Well, on the bright side, you just saved someone from dying.
I just wanted to live up to Charity's example, to bring my neighborhood together again. The park is still a mess. We haven't even thought about what refreshments to serve during the performance. And even if we had, we don't have a stage for the Method Mares to perform on. It's hopeless. Just hopeless. hopeless.
I don't understand. The map summoned us here to solve a friendship problem. We've clearly found it. But why did it send the two of us? Why not Twilight? I'm sure she could have used her magic to transform this park in an instant.
I've been thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but that wouldn't
I mean,
have
I
taught
can
anyone
see why
anything.
You're here. Coco's your friend, and you have an eye for costumes and all. But me? I was never going to be able to finish a project this big.
We'll return to Ponyville as
Aww.
Why must this be Applejack? Why? Why? Why?
Now, hold on there. I'm not suggesting we pack up and go home.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we stop worrying about what we can't do and start doing what we can.
That's the
I
spirit.
think I've got a plan. It won't be anything big or fancy, but it'll be something. And something's gotta be better than nothing, right?
I suppose so.
That's the spirit.
Hey, don't copy me.
All right, y'all. It's ready.
Should we go ahead and start?
Excuse me? I'm Charity Kindheart. I'm here about the open design position. I brought some samples of my work. I'm sorry I'm late. I had the hardest time finding my way here. I just moved here, and I keep getting mixed up with the street names. I had a map, but I dropped it in a puddle, which only made the street names harder to read.
I see.
What is that?
I don't know, so that looks like some kind of play.
Well, can we
These
stand
accents,
watch it,
though.
Please, can we?
Oh, all right. I suppose we could stay for a minute.
Excuse me.
I'm expecting
but your
fan
next
art of them.
appointment is here.
All right, send him in. I'm sorry, but based on these samples, I just don't think this is the place for you. Don't get me wrong, these clothes are all exquisite and well made, but more theatrical than avant-garde. Have you considered costume design? I have a contact on Bridal Way. If you're interested, I can put you in touch with him. And see.
Charity, dear! Is that you?
Hello, Mrs. Pear Blossom. I didn't see... Oops.
Oh, let me help you, dear. Are these the costumes you've been working on?
Yes, I was supposed to be finished by now, but there's just so much to do, and I still have a few last-minute alterations to make before opening night. I'm sorry I couldn't get enough tickets for every pony in the neighborhood. I hope Mr. Pear Blossom wasn't too disappointed. I know Trotter on the Roof is one of his favorites.
Oh, my dear Philly, don't worry about that. We're so proud of you. We shall be with you in spirit.
Thank you. You've all made me feel so welcome here and have become like family to me. I just wish I could share this experience with you and the others.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's the Midsummer Theater Revival. The Method Man's out before me.
The revival. Yeah, my pop used to bring me.
Aww.
It's so nice of you to put on this play for the neighborhood.
I couldn't have done it without every pony's help. I know it's not Bridal Way, but...
Oh, pish tush. It's perfect, dear.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you. This is so nice. Haven't seen the neighborhood this friendly since Charity moved away.
So it was the neighborhood that needed a friendship
Thank
lesson?
you, fillies and gentlecoats. Please give a warm welcome to the one who made this entire event possible, our neighbor, Coco Pommel.
I'm glad they aren't actually assholes. You know, that took it a bit weird when you said at least one thing's
Thank you
professional.
all so much for coming. The Midsummer Theater Revival was always something that meant so much to me, and it seems it means quite a lot to all of you as well. I really can't take all the credit, though. My dear friends Rarity and Applejack helped me ever so much.
That blush.
Oh, guys,
darling, please. It was just a few costumes.
Oh, shucks. I just happened to be good with a hammer is all. To be honest, we had much bigger plans to start. When those fell through, we decided to simplify. This here was the result.
Oh, don't be so modest. Coco and I were lost. You bet your boots we were.
We just wanted to see how much we enjoyed the Midsummer Theater Revival and how much it inspired us.
Oh, yeah?
I used to think that to help my community, I had to do something big. And let's face it, in this day and age, who has the time for such a commitment? But here, you did something as simple as building a stage and putting on a play, and look at how it's brought every pony together.
I saw Coco's flyers for volunteers, but didn't think anything I'd have time to do would be that useful. Now I wish I'd offered to help. Even if it was just pulling a few weeds or planting a few flowers.
Not sure
Here's
if you
the
noticed,
moral for
the park
all
is
the
far from
children.
being fixed up. I imagine if you look around, you'll find there's lots of little ways for you to get involved in changing this place for the better.
Everybody do
And
your
I
part
will.
and help your community.
And I don't think we'll be alone.
Yeah!
It sends tingles up my ass.
We did it!
I understand now. It all makes perfect sense.
Huh?
I know why the map called you here.
You do?
If Twilight had used her magic to fix the park, it wouldn't have fixed the real problem.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is that these Manehattan ponies didn't think they had time to do something for their community.
And I wonder how
By
butthurt
building that
people are
stage
that
and
thought
making sure the
Applejack
play
got
went
her
on,
hat from her
you
dead
showed them
parents.
that just by doing
We've,
something
you know,
small, you can
after
make
we
a
saw she has a
big
cupboard full
difference.
of them.
Well, I'll be.
Seems you have more in common with the Manehattan ponies than you thought.
But all the same, I'd sure like to head back to Ponyville on the next train. I want to check in with Applebloom and find out how the Sisterhood Social turned out.
Can we see?
Absolutely, my dear.
Just as soon as I stopped that pony and the shop over there from purchasing that dreadfully hideous skirt. Stop! You're making a terrible mistake!
Alright. Okay. Oh dear. I don't feel like I had a lot to say in this episode. It was mostly dialogue driven and a bit more of like tame on the level. There didn't feel like there was a high stake in this. It seemed a lot more of a walking pace throughout the whole thing, and that's not to say it was boring. Not at all. Mind it, I thought it was cute. I thought it was sweet. You know, as you expect an MLP episode to be. But I'm not really feeling any wow factor. Like the humour of episode 15, or you know the ambitious goal of episode 14, and the fact it had a song in it. You know, this one, I'm struggling to think, besides Coco and Applejack's insecurity and, you know, how they brought the community together at the end with the nice lighting and stuff. Not much more highlights spring to mind. I mean, obviously I can use Applejack gardening in some way in future shenanigans or something, but other than that, you know, I'm trying to say I like this episode, I really do, but I might not be giving it a 5 because I don't really see anything to grab me. You know, it just kind of sits there as a good episode as opposed to a great one. Right, as soon as I get a good copy of Friendship Games, I'll be reacting to that, and I'll be trying to sort out my 7 and 8K specials because it's going out of my reach. I'm almost 8,500 now. I mean, I'm grateful, but slow down! Oh! Yeah, I'm getting delirious from heat, so I am gonna see you guys next time.